Hey there, welcome to the Call to Cinema. I am Aaron, and thank you so much for joining me here tonight. First off, I want to thank all my Patreon supporters out there, the Crimson Cult. You guys are amazing, and there are some new videos coming up actually very, very soon. Um, but tonight is a big night for announcements. It was a big day for announcements. Um, we announced that, well, wish it was we. Uh, so the announcements for Severin came out for their October bundles. So we're gonna be looking at that. There's a there's announcement of the big systems coming out. That we finally have price points on that, and we're going to talk about that as well. Heather William, welcome to the Code of Cinnamon. Welcome to me. Probably going to get some wire soon. Hey there, Charles. And also, I have a small AGFA, like very small actually. Hey there, Mary. Group, like a small amount of AGFA that I will show near the end of the video as kind of a little kind of bonus collection vid. Heather Jason. So what we're gonna do right now is, I guess, would you guys want to go into the Severin stuff first? You wanna dive right in? I don't understand why yours is being changed, George. I checked on Indicator's website and I haven't seen any indication, pardon the pun, of there being a change in the release date of the Fu Manchu box set. Is that across the board? Did I miss something? Me and George both ordered the Powerhouse Indicator Fu Manchu box set, the Fu Manchu cycle. Um, but the thing is that he ordered it from Amazon, and they're telling him that it's coming out in November. And I ordered mine from Powerhouse Indicator, and they're I'm being told it's coming out around the 17th of October, actually. Hey there, Dave. So if anybody can clarify, if they know if there's been a change in that indicator box set, let me know. We got some stuff to look into with. I'm going to put the comments in on my phone again for right now while I'm looking at here. Your base order Fu Manchu changed October 26th. Did you order yours from Indicator as well? I think that's going to be like the big key here. Because if you ordered yours from Indicator, oh, base UK. Okay, sorry, I'm unaware of some of the UK sellers, so I do apologize. So we have three new films. Hey there, Amy, coming out from Severin. Uh, Films that, because of something that happened today, I'm not going to get to see or own till next year. So I'm going to miss out on the limited editions, like slipcovers of these. But sometimes you got to make that sacrifice when something amazing shows up. And so let's start off the first film. And it is Shock Treatment by, which is a French film and not the musical that is also good. It stars, looks like it stars Alain Delon in this one. Hey, EW, welcome, man. From Purple Noon and a million things. Alain Delon's, he's kind of a French icon. Um, we got Annie G. We're gonna say Annie G. Yo, because I can't pronounce that last name. I'm not even gonna try and embarrass myself again tonight with horrible name pronunciations. Because somebody could put together clips on here, go through my videos and actually put together clips of me mispronouncing badly names. I did an entire video of mispronouncing Daisuke's name, and he was here and he didn't tell me. Uh, I felt horrible. I suck at names. I could, if there was a way to mispronounce John Smith, I'd probably do that too. Yeah, Alain Delon, the French actor, so the famous French actor in a Severin film, no less. So it's a new scanned, uncut in 2K from the original camera negative. So, oh, sorry, no, it's not the OCN. It's the original interpositive. So should be good quality. It's a 1972 thriller done by Alain Jesua, just Alain J, who did the Dogs. So I've seen the Dogs a long time ago. Apparently, when a career woman checks into the exclusive seaside clinic of a doctor played by Alain Delon, famed for his unorthodox rejuvenation treatment, she discovers a nightmare of bourgeois depravities, medical atrocities, and eye popping full frontal nudity that sparked worldwide headlines. So, there you go. You want your nudity? This one. So, we get special feature wise on here, we have uh, interview about the director, the Lone Derringer, with Bernard Payen, curator at the Cinematheque Francois. Coinger's scoring. This is gonna be horrible for me for like pronunciation night. If you're new here, I apologize if you're from somewhere and that I would mispronounce. My better half is from Morocco. I can tell you I would mispronounce many names but she's slowly teaching me. Rene Coring is being interviewed. He's a soundtrack composer. Directing Disorder interview with the director. Drum running interview with Rene Coring. There's a commentary on 3 sequences of the film. Trailer, versatile rap, limited edition slipcover, and CD soundtrack. So I have not seen this film, so I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen this one. I don't know anything about it. So that's my take on Shock Treatment. Looks pretty good. Looks like they gave it the special treatment. Okay, I can't show that cover. All right. The one I'm most excited about, and the one I'm kind of disappointed I'm going to have to miss out on. If anybody wants to get me a Christmas present, this is a good one, is Patrick Still Lives. So, for those of you that don't know, the original Patrick was a movie that was done by Richard Franklin, who did, of course, hey there, Ryan. Just to this, by the way, listen to the podcast and now watch the YouTube channel. Slowly, Brian Sauer will become a media mogul and take us all over and bio Disney. That's where we're going, Brian. I can tell that's where it's going. First podcasts, then YouTubes, then rig lights, next the world. Okay, so are you excited with these, Brian? I don't know Shock Treatment, by the way. I do not know that film. So if you know anything on that one, you can enlighten people on that one. Patrick Still Lives, I do know. Why do I know that? Because I'm me, and if it's cheesy and weird, then hello. I am here for cheesy and weird. So the original Patrick was directed by Richard Franklin. It was about a guy that was in a coma. He had telekinesis. He became kind of obsessed with the nurse, and he killed people, often bad people, with a really kind of a shocker of an ending. Patrick Still Lives is a much different film, as Brian can tell you too. In this one, this Patrick, well, he gets in a coma. Well, he's not in a coma right away. He gets in a coma at the beginning of the film because, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, since it's been a long time, does he not get hit on the head with a Coke bottle? Is that not how he goes into his coma? Because pretty sure there's a Coke bottle thrown out of a car or something like that, and that's what happens. Hey, Captain Horror. Hello to you and your better half. Hey there, Jordan. I'm pretty sure that's kind of the case. It's a weird film. This is not a sequel to Patrick per se. What you're getting is an Italian mock sequel to Patrick. Much in the way like Shocking Dark was kind of a Terminator film. Or Night Killer, Texas Chainsaw 3. Patrick Still Lives. Well, it's got a Patrick. It has a guy that's in a coma. But a lot of different stuff happens. So if you remember Patrick, it was the original Patrick, the Australian film, was kind of slow. It was kind of like kind of an easygoing, a bit, we can say leisurely paced for modern day audiences. It'd be very leisurely paced, the original Patrick. This one, not so much. So I'm going to read this out because, all right, young man becomes comatose after a freak accident. About the marathon, the Reanimator trilogy. Cool. After a freak accident, his father invites six strangers to a secluded villa for a weekend packed with relentless nudity, outrageous violence, and the most depraved sex gore death in all of Italian horror. I'm pretty sure if this is the uncut version, yeah, it's gonna be pretty gory, and I think there's like a poker scene. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. And for those with trigger warning, I'm also pretty sure that Patrick has an assault sequence in the film. So if sexual assault is going to be bothersome to you, like in a film, know that I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time. Brian can back me up because I know he's seen the film too. But I'm pretty sure that's it. But there's a ton of nudity, there's a ton of violence, there's a ton of nonsense. It is a ton of fun. Um, there is an interview with actor Johnny Dia. There is a trailer, a reversible wrap, and the web store exclusive slipcover, which I couldn't show you guys because it's filled with chock full of nudity. And like David Greger says, basically that if you want to get like that's what they do these slipcovers for because it's stuff that they couldn't put out in like a retail store. Now, the third film. And for this one, this is going to be like the big one for a lot of people. This one's going to be kind of exciting. So this is The Black Cat. No, not the AIP Black Cat. No, not the Lucho, like not the Fulci Black Cat, or that other version of the Black Cat, or that other version of the Black Cat, or that other version of the Black Cat. This is by Lucio Cosi. So the guy that did like movies like Star Crash, Paganini Horror, if you got that one, for instance. Fender. Oh, enjoy Kubrick. I know the music is your thing, man. Enjoy it. Patrick still lives on you. Mine too. But for a reason that I'm going to explain afterwards, I can't buy it or anything else or take place in any of the Black Friday sales. But don't worry because instead of taking place in the Black Friday sales, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you guys when it comes to the Black Friday sale. I'm going to be coming here like I did with the with Severin, like I did with Vinegar Syndrome, and be helping you guys out. So I will be living vicariously through you this year. That'll be explained in a bit. Unfortunately, I can't see the messages that went above yet until I open it up because I'm still on here. Very big budgetary constraints, actually. And something that I'm buying that's very much going to take away a lot of money. Because today was a day and stuff happened, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Special features. Cat on the Brain interview with director, co-writer Lucio Cosi and actress Carolyn Monroe. So think about this. Carolyn Monroe is in this movie. That should be alone. That should be enough of a reason to say, you know what, I want to pick up this movie. Because, who doesn't like some Carolyn Monroe? She is Carolyn Monroe. She's like super hot. What's usual discount for Black Friday sales? Well, Dave, for Vinegar Syndrome and for Severin, it's usually 50% off of their titles. Severin's titles though, like I think the block off the first like the latest 6 months, and you can't get those for 50% off. But Vinegar Syndrome has everything 50% off. But the thing is that the Severin sale is cheaper because it is 50% off what their price is, and they've only got one price. With the Vinegar Syndrome one, that which I do love, but you do have to know that when Vinegar Syndrome does it, it's 50% off the suggested manufacturer retail price. So if you see a movie there that's maybe like $24 and you see it that's normally going for 24, but the suggested retail price is like 36 or 39, then it's like 50% off the 36 or 39 and not the 24. Always good to know. So Black Cat is probably famous for another reason other than being directed by Lucio Cosi and having the gorgeous Carolyn Monroe. And Brett Halsey, of course, from Devil's Honey. Well, because it is also known under the title Demon 6. One of these days, I'll come on here and we'll make a video talking about all the different iterations of the Demons films and all the movies that were supposed to be called Demons and were later called Demons. as a sequel. Hey, there's some. Welcome back. Life happens. I'll probably do the La Casa series too because very similar in concept of what happened with both of these series. Um, what does this have to do with? I am so jealous of you, Zombie Collector, for meeting Carol Monroe. I am so jealous. Um, for this being called Demon 6, well, what does that have to do with the other Demons films? Absolutely nothing. But it's fun. A resurrected supernatural demon that may destroy them all. Oh, yes, Dave. There are more. There are Demons 1. There are Demons 2. Those were directed by Michael, Michel Suave. There's also Demons 3, or the Sect, or the Church. I'm not quite sure which one is called Demons 3. 3 and 4. There, the Church and the Sect are 3 and 4. Thank you, Amy. And there's Demons 5, which I'm pretty sure has the subtitle Black Demons. Um, I'm not making that up. That's actually what I saw it under, I think, under Shriek Show. What about Troll and Troll 2? Well, I'm not sure if they would fit under the Demons category, but Troll 2 actually has no trolls in it. But it's amazing that they called it. I love those films, by the way. They're incredible. It's kind of like when you look at the Casa series. So Evil Dead came out, right? And of course, there's Evil Dead 2. But of course, there's Witch House and there's Witchery, which are also part of the La Casa series. It gets a bit. You're right. It is Lamberto Bava. See, Suave is the guy in the silver mask. You are 100% correct. I'm 100% a little bit out of it tonight. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest there. Thank you for catching that, by the way, because I would have went through this entire video saying his name. Then somebody would have came on that hadn't seen the movies before, and they would have said, "Hey, I'm gonna look for that film," and not find it because I gave them the wrong director. So, Sumo, thank you for that. Do any of the movies have giallo themes to them? I guess, sort of. I mean, like, here's the thing. For some people, giallo themes, like, really, these are like 7 releases. So we got like Black Cat from Lucio Cozzi. We have Patrick Still Lives, um, which is an Italian mock sequel, and we have Shock Treatment, which is a French film starring Alain Delon. A lot of people. Thank you. Severin tweeted it. Nice. Maybe Severin will notice me. See, a lot of people, uh, when they look at a lot of Italian cinema, like especially Italian genre horror cinema, they kind of lump a lot of it together. So like they'll see a movie. I'm pretty old, dude. Look at this beard. How old do I look? Like I like Methuselah. Uh, well, hopefully one of these days, I'll get noticed. I'll get a shirt or something. Maybe that will be awesome. Uh, I actually really wanted a Severin shirt this year. I was gonna get a Severin shirt and an Intervision shirt during the last sale, but I ran out of dough. That's how it happens when you want to get like the movies and you're thinking, I'll just get the shirt next, and then things happen and you're like, I'll get the shirt after. All right. So when it comes to like the Italian, like genre cinema, a lot of people kind of like lump them together. I'll give you a good example of that. Dario Argento is primarily like best known for his giallo films, like Deep Red, Tenebrae, and stuff like that. Though some people will like say, "Hey, I love Suspiria. It's a great giallo." So Suspiria actually is more of a supernatural thriller. It's not really a kind of a giallo. But I bet you're younger than me, though, right? uh, so when a lot of people look at like Italian genre films and Italian horror, they automatically lump it into into giallo. But I wouldn't say any of the Demons films are primarily giallo. They are kind of put into that whole supernatural camp. But there's some like the first two Demons films are really solidly effective. Lamberto Bava does an amazing job directing these films. Actually, such an amazing job that for a period of time he didn't get a lot of credit for making the films. People would say, "Oh no, these movies are really good." Like D'Argento, uh, like produced them. He must have directed some of them too. Now, because they have a bit of style of Argento. Now, some of those people didn't realize at the time that Lamberto Bava was actually a second unit director on some of D'Argento's pictures. So some of that style that he'd seen had already been Lamberto Bava's style because he'd worked and mentored under him. Hey there, Scudder. But it's the girl from Patrick Lives. What doesn't the girl actress from Patrick Lives who gets horribly murdered in jail in Venice and Bear Grylls? I think you're right, Darren. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I think you're correct. I'm pretty sure that one of the girls from Patrick Lives was actually in. Speaking of Argento, was in it was an opera, Terror at the Opera. Asia Argento is the real deal, gorgeous. I One of my biggest crushes, by the way, is Asia Argento. I always has been. Um, I think she is like amazing and incredible, and so she's awesome. See, I gush. I lose. I'm not a person that loses like his word. It's very often, but you mentioned Azia, and I kind of do. I kind of lose my words. Have I seen the remake of Suspiria? I get asked that a lot. I actually have not got to sit down and watch the entire thing. I really should. It's a long film. Uh, I was iffy on some of the visual aspects of it, but I kind of get that the director cannot do the same thing that Argento did with the visual look of Suspiria, or you're going to get to the comparison is already going to be there, but the comparison is going to be like glaringly there when it comes to something like that. Like that's going to be like that's just almost too much. You can't compete with the visual style of Suspiria, so the director would have to go in his own unique direction. Very different. You like the colors aren't going to bleed. Um, so it's going to be very different. If anything, I think that he muted the colors. Is it true that Azia was abused by her? I actually haven't heard anything like that, to be honest with you. I'm sure growing up in the film industry, uh, was never can't be easy for anybody. But I've never heard anything about anything like that. Uh, if anything, really, I know that stuff happened to her, like with the whole Harvey Weinstein thing. I don't want to get into that, but yeah. So she was survivor, I guess. She's very close to her dad, so I doubt it because she's still to this day, and she is somebody that is very outspoken. So I don't think she would be kind of really close to her dad if that was the case. So we'll say it's debunked for now unless something comes up. So is anybody picking up before we go any further? Is anybody picking up those Severin titles? And if you are you getting the bundle, the black bundle? Because that's what's called, right? The black glove or the black something bundle. Or are you getting the what's it called? The bundle for you, Coach. Welcome back, by the way. Uh, what is it called? That's killing me now. Is it the Black Knight bundle or the Dark Knight? It's not the Dark Knight bundle. Can't be that. I know it's something, but I can't see it because this freaking newsletter thing's there. It is the Black Bundle. The Black Bundle treatment. The Black Bundle treatment still lives. All right. Uh, so it's only $74, so that's not too bad. I can't afford it, but For those that can, pretty awesome. If I had to choose one, like Jason, I would probably choose Patrick Still Lives. Warlock. Well, the bundles sell out. A lot of their bundles do sell out. Except, well, the one thing about this bundle, let's do a quick view for this one. I want to see if there's any type of like a limited amount. So there's nothing exclusive in the bundle that's not included in the rest of the if you buy them separately. Like with the Cruelest bundle, which I did recommend you guys, and I still stand by that. It's a you know uh, is that they did have like a bunch of stuff like bandanas, shark water guns, a novelization. That was a pretty big deal. So this here just basically is a bundle if you want to buy all three of them. Much like the Cruel bundle was with the original, kind of like when Cruel Jaws came was announced. So where you could just buy all three, or you can buy ones with like the feature with the bonus stuff because you're like a 5 year old like me and you want that stuff. And you have to give Severin credit because hell's yeah, amazing stuff. You can't say that that you don't do a great job with the marketing. Severin is one of the best marketing companies when it goes for their T-shirts and their soundtracks. I give them 100% credit there. Same as Vinegar Syndrome. I think both of those companies are kind of like the tops when it comes to marketing what they do. Won't get them right away. Maybe later. Zombie collectors, poor kind of like me. Number one target for the Severin Black Friday sale is the Lindsay Baker box set. Dave, I 110% recommend you definitely 110% pick up that Baker Lindsay box set. Not even joking. It's really good, and the soundtracks music is really good too. There's some great score music and some great songs on it too. So if anybody here hasn't picked up the Lindsay Baker box set yet, and I know Brian's got it, and you got it right, Brian, right? I'm pretty sure you got it. It's just a must. There's certain things like this year are just must. Hey me, yeah, you got it. I knew you had it. Didn't you get yours before me? Didn't yours like show up before mine did? Favorite soundtrack album of all time. Music was. I'm not quite sure. Like there's Rocky Horror Picture Show, Grease and Grease 2. I like those. Shock Treatment I love. But let's go for a music one. I'll say Tenebrae because I really love Tenebrae. You definitely should, Greg. Nab Shocking Dark. It's a really fun film. I want to know when you get through those, Brian. Let me know what you think because as you know, I talked about them on one of the videos that we did. Videos, one of the podcasts that we did, and you know, I was a huge fan. And there's a song. Did you watch the first movie yet? Did you watch Paranoia? Orgasmo, the one with the T-shirt. If you have, what do you think of the song? Because I absolutely adore that song. Oh, let me know what you think. Do we have the best score of all time, Blade Runner? I don't. I got a Blade Runner box set, but I don't think it has that. Oh, that song will stick out. You'll hear it so many times during the first film, but when you do, it's not like one of those songs that I think you're gonna get sick of or that's just kind of placed in there. It's a song that actually has a dramatic relevance to the film itself, and that has always been something that I've been very impressed by. I'm reading your comments here to make sure that I don't miss out on anything. I knew Mary would have it. Me and Mary have like very similar tastes, I think. Mary probably has better taste than me, but We have similar tastes in some of these films. All right. On a slight non-movie thing for a minute. PlayStation had the announcement today. Did anybody watch it? Did anybody at all have video games? Don't worry. Don't start leaving yet. We're getting back to movie stuff in a minute. I mean, you got it right next to you. Like George, when it comes to like, so if you want to cancel your Amazon one, you could. They're not going to charge you until it comes out. So, so it's up to you on which way you want to do it. Do I ever get buyer's remorse? That's a good question. On any of the movies that I bought, no, not even on things that I don't like. Um, to be honest with you, I was not a huge fan of the Rob Zombie Halloween films. I'm glad I have them in my collection, and I've found that I can. There's certain things that I admire about them. Uh, Somebody watched it. So Ron said he's getting a PS5. Craig watched the Resident Evil 8 trailer called Village, right? But that's it. And Jason is the Xbox guy, so he's getting an Xbox. So, and Andrew saw the Resident Evil trailer. So this is the thing. As you guys know, money's super tight, like where I'm at right now. And I've decided that one big purchase, if I make a big purchase, that can be the only purchase that I make for the rest of the year. And if I hadn't decided, my better half said to me, hey, I think this is a good idea for you, but this is your one last purchase that you can make for the rest of the year. So I've already got like the Fu Manchu set paid for, and the Friday the 13th set paid for, and the Severin September bundle, and the October bundle from Vinegar Syndrome. So those are already paid for. Those are coming. Those will be unboxed. We'll be reviewing those, looking at those, and looking at some other things. That being said, about 2 days ago, Xbox 5 announced their Xbox Series X was announced with a price point here in Canada. I waited with bated breath to see what PlayStation was going to announce for the PlayStation 5, what the price point was going to be, what the launch titles were going to be. For those that don't know, as much as I am into and I love my films and my cinema, I have been a pretty much a big gamer since well, I'm older. Andrew, this is going to tell you a bit of how old I am from the Atari 2600 days, and I had like a TSR 80 where I used to play Dungeons of Daggorath on. So there, that should give my age away. But every generation I've been into the games. I got out a little bit when my kids were really young, but it was really my kids that got me back into it. Uh, Zombie Collector, if you like 2600, did you like Tutankhamun? Because that gives you extra cool points if you like Tutankhamun. And especially Qbert, because Qbert was the bomb, man. So ever since, or I guess PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 days, I got back into it. And this time, every time the console wars come around again, I'm super stoked about you get super cool points for owning those. About this. So I looked at them both. I looked at the specs. It's pretty close when it comes to specs wise. I looked at the storage space. I looked at what games were coming out for each system. You used to have Qbert stand up. That is cool, Brian. Did you finish ET? Man, that takes a special type of like sadomasochism to finish ET. You get cool points for Warlock for that. Uh, and I've decided that I'm going with the PlayStation 5. Not just because it looks like an amazing piece of architecture from outer space, which it does. And not just because it has a kind of a matte white finish that reminds me of Jason's hockey mask, which it does, and not just because Xbox announced that they're not going to have any exclusives for the first 2 years that the Xbox Series X came out, which they did. Uh, oh, I'm totally like that too. Warlock, I'm Mr. Santa Damascus too. Obviously, many times I watch things, but it looks, whether you like the PlayStation 5 or not, like the looks aesthetic wise, it has a really unique look. It looks like something that says, "Hey, this looks like it came from outer space." The best thing, and Jason is 100% in saying that the greatest selling point for Xbox right now is Game Pass. Game Pass is extremely good uh, for uh, for Xbox, and I used to use Game Pass a lot on my Xbox One. I have an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. However, for me, one of the big things that I gotta say is, unlike some people, I did use my PlayStation VR a lot, whether it was playing a game or watching movies. Um, it impressed me, and I really enjoyed that. There is You can carry your PlayStation VR over to the Xbox. I'm sorry, over to the PlayStation 5, and eventually they're going to be doing an upgraded PlayStation VR 2 with a wireless headset, and that does interest me. I'm also very interested in the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. Um, that's a huge thing for me. And here's the thing: if you do not have Friday the 13th fans, people that are getting the Friday the 13th box set, if you do not have a 3D TV, let's be honest, 3D TVs are not so prevalent anymore as they used to be. And you say, "Hey, I would really like to sit down and watch Friday the 13th 3 in real 3D coming out at me." Well, you know what PlayStation VR does really well? Watching 3D movies on. Oh yeah, it can do it, and it can do it well. I watched The House of Wax on an Amazing Spider-Man both in 3D on PlayStation VR. Amazing Spider-Man 3D was kind of meh. House of Wax, I like that, but I like Vincent Price. So there you go. Media seems better with this generation of consoles. I agree, and you know what? It looks like, if you ever wanted a sign that 4K is finally starting to become relevant, it's right now. One of the main things for those premium versions of the consoles, because there's digital versions of the consoles as well. Welcome back, Kubrick. Is that both of the systems, both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, one of the big things, if you're a physical media person, hey there, Mike, is that each one of them has a 4K UHD player in it with the ability to stream up to 8K for gaming and for future streaming. So you're future proofed with streaming. Dead by Daylight's your go-to game. I have a friend. She really likes Dead by Daylight. Um, I think my kids play Dead by Daylight too, or one of my kids used to play Dead by Daylight. I think my oldest used to play it, but she's around their age too, so it's like, I guess that's kind of like the thing. But I play those games too, and I'm older, so I used to play a little bit of Dead by Daylight, and I played a lot of Friday the 13th as well. But Dead by Daylight used to be my go-to game for a while. Um, so hopefully, fingers crossed, shall guys. I'm hoping that on this channel, when it comes out, I'm gonna be unboxing the PlayStation 5 right here live, and I'm kind of excited about that. Do I like? I haven't played Bloodborne. I really should, though. I've heard a lot of great stuff, but no, I haven't played it. I'm kind of excited about the new Demon Souls that's coming out, the remaster for that. And obviously, I'm a big horror fan. One of the big things that caught my eye is that there's something called PlayStation Plus Ultimate, and oh no, not Dark Souls. Dark. It's kind of comical, Andrew, because basically, I was like messaging with my daughter back and forth, and so the Demon Souls like preview came up, and and she was like, "Hey, look, it's Dark Souls." I'm like, "Aren't isn't that actually Demon Souls?" And she was like, "You're right for once. It is Demon Souls." Um, and I'm very rarely right when it comes to my daughter Mimi. She knows like the video game stuff. My youngest too, Wes, knows video game stuff. I I'm old. I just like catch up as much as I can. But it has this kind of this ultimate, and what it is they give you a bunch of games, like a ton of really big games from the last generation, from PlayStation 4 days. Everything from God of War to I kind of want to see if I can find it here because it looks like you're going to start out with your PlayStation 5 with a bunch of games. So if you missed out on that whole PlayStation Plus like big ultimate list, there's a there's a lot. And I can't find them. I apologize. But it had everything from The Last of Us remastered to God, there's to Battlefield to Uncharted 4. Does PlayStation 5 play any Blu-rays or 4K? Oh no, you're Elvin. That's a good thing. This generation, unlike the last one, where PlayStation was kind of behind, and you can only play on the Xbox Series, like Xbox One S or X. The new PlayStation 5 does have a Blu-ray 4K UHD player, so you can play both Blu-rays and 4Ks. All of your PlayStation 4 games that are well, almost all of the PlayStation 4 games are going to be backwards compatible with the PS5. Um, Plus, there's going to be the PlayStation Plus Ultimate, which is going to have a ton of different games on there. So before I go on to any other topics, I have a question to ask you guys right now. And are any of you getting either one of the systems? And if so, which one are you grabbing? And if you and is there a game or a feature that made that decision for you? Oh yeah, the Blu-rays should still only be Region A, but like the 4Ks, of course, will be. My son does have a gaming channel. My youngest does. Wes has a games Dreamcast. I love the Dreamcast. I wish there was a Dreamcast too. Most disappointing announcement this year, Sega's announcement. I'm glad you love Shivers. It's such a fantastic movie, Adam. It's one of my favorites. You're saving money, Dave. You're one of the lucky ones. Uh, I've been I grew up with gaming. It's in my blood. You may get the Warlock make the PS5, but ready to upgrade for a 4K TV and media player. It's a good time now. Coming up, especially around Black Friday, Warlock, you're gonna notice that a lot of TVs are going to be on sale. One thing I do recommend when you're looking into a 4K player TV, Warlock, there's a few that are going to have like different options that are out there. If you can find one for a decent price, that'll have both HDR 10 plus and Dolby Atmos, sorry, and Dolby Vision. Dolby Atmos is great to have too. Then that's that's what to that's what you're looking for, because that way you got the best of both worlds. You can like HDR, 10 plus is going to be is super supported. Sony does Dolby Vision, so you want to look into both of those. The TV that has both of those. I know there's like a TV at, I think that's at Costco, and I think it was like at this point it's around $2,000, maybe a little bit less, maybe at 1,800, which isn't too bad. And Black Friday times, those TVs are going to be like super, super cheap. Hopefully that helps out a bit. But you probably knew all that stuff anyway. I didn't have to tell you, but just in case somebody came in here and didn't uh, watch Spike Lee's The Five Bloods, I want to watch it, but I'm kind of like a bit of sadness. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the Shivers from Vestron. I got the original. I got the Arrow like steelbook of Shivers, which I really love. Uh, but I'm a huge Cronenberg fan. Hey there, Sasha. I actually talked yesterday about Crash and the two editions that are coming out. Got LG 65 and 4K TV with Dolby Vision, but a year ago for around 900. That's excellent. So if you got an LG TV, so that's already gonna have LGs normally already have like HDR in them anyway. So you got one that's HDR and Dolby Vision. If I'm correct, Ron, you can correct me if I'm not. But I heard that Shivers transfers are the same between Arrow and Vestron. I haven't actually. I haven't heard either way, but I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, Brian, for them to be like have the same transfer. I'm not quite sure if there's anything different. What's different feature wise? I've only got the Arrow edition. You got the Vestron edition, right? We should compare notes sometime just to see like if there's been any differences in it. I'm a huge Cronenberg fan, and I usually watch at least one Cronenberg during or around Halloween. So that's the thing that I do. Are you? And it's usually the Videodrome. I just really like that movie. It's I go back to it. There's a Cronenberg commentary on the Vestron release. Was there a Cronenberg commentary on my release? I cannot remember. History of Violence is your favorite? Were you a fan at all of Eastern Promises, or were you kind of disappointed with the follow up? Let's get a Nintendo and Sony's PlayStation. Well, I have a Nintendo Switch already, and since they're not doing any new systems in the near future, I will be grabbing the PlayStation 5, which is being released here in North America on November the 12th. Brian, are you getting a are you getting a system? Kind of curious, man. And pick up the new Super Mario 3D collection. I go back and forth. Part of me, Jay, really wants it. Another part of me is thinking, has heard some stuff on the emulation uh, of the games, and it makes me a little iffy. Save money for the discs. I wish I could, but I'm not quite sure. I mean, like if I get that, that'll be something that I'm going to get from my. That's like one of those things. Like, hey, mom, what this I want for Christmas? But what about like Raven? Uh, Brian, will Raven want? A PlayStation 5? Just saying, because the kids get older and they want the electronics. So I will wear you down, Brian, through your children. Well, there you go. Best Buy Candy just sort of. How could they have just sorted a PlayStation 5? They don't go on pre-order till tomorrow. Well, they're not allowed to pre-order until tomorrow. Best Buy Canada is going to have to roll that back. that because they would have just done something that's not legit to do. Because Sony will be very angry that they did it early. Because they're not allowed. You're not allowed to. The pre-orders have been blocked until tomorrow. I'm getting the limited edition Super Mario 35th anniversary Game and Watch. I saw that, but no. I doubt. I doubt it will. They're not supposed to be EW. That's the thing. Um, if you watch the conference and that, and then you looked at the Twitter and the follow up, then you'll know that Best Buy or any company is supposed to be waiting till tomorrow even to look at putting out any of the pre-orders for the systems. They could put a placeholder down, but you couldn't legit like pre-order it, or you weren't supposed to be able to. So I used to work at a Best Buy myself a, a while back, and there were times when like movies would come out, and we would like accidentally somebody would accidentally put a movie out like the day before it was supposed to come out, or like sometimes even like the week before it was supposed to come out. And if like a company found out that had happened, that was a major deal. Like it was a huge deal, and that was just one movie. So I can't imagine what would happen if they go out and they like honor pre-orders from the day before that they legally can do pre-orders. So we'll have to see how that goes. Cause, but to be fair, Best Buy's been getting sketchy for a while. So with some of their stuff. But yeah, that's very suspect, considering that pre-orders don't start till tomorrow. I'm not getting mine from Best Buy though. But if I was, I'd I'd definitely be letting them know. Super Eye Patch Wolf channel. I think I've seen his channel, but I'll check it again. You'd be surprised at stuff that I watch. Uh, like Razor Wire was on here yesterday, and I watch his channel a ton. Um, so I pretty much there's a lot of your guys. I watch all your guys' channels. You guys don't know it sometimes because I'm not much of a commenter. I'm more of like a watcher, and when I'm at work or like in between and on breaks. Uh, hey SJ, welcome. Good to have you back. So there we go. For my cinema people, I won't waste any more time talking to you guys about the PlayStation 5. Just the fact that I'm going to get it. I'm going to be broke. I can't buy anything for Black Friday. And it's my Christmas gift. Do you get the cheaper digital only PS5? They get a separate region free Blu-ray 4K player? That's a good question, actually. Oh, well, lock the hardware? Uh, well, the way that it'll work with the PlayStation 5 is like everything is region locked, right? So that's why I have this neat little thing called a switch and Morocco, where basically I turn it and it brings it to a different voltage. They got a voltage converter over there, which is very important. Something that's needed if you have like stuff over here. 4K Blu-ray players are region free, but like Blu-rays and stuff like that. And I'm not quite sure if they're using 4K optical discs, then there's a chance that this could be the first generation that's totally region free, and that would be mind blowing if that's the case. See, I think that the reason that the PlayStation 4 did not go region free, did not have 4K UHDs on their PlayStation 4 is because they would have been tempted to put out the PlayStation 4 games on 4K UHD discs, and they continued to put them out on Blu-rays. So on Blu-ray discs. So now that they're going this, we gotta wonder. I gotta look into it. I gotta check into it. I don't know. But if the games, because these are 4K games that we're looking into now, and beyond, then there's a possibility that a PlayStation 5, and I don't know. So I would purely to be purely guessing. For me, the digital systems are not my thing. I'm not a digital guy. Like even with like I got some digital stuff when it comes to gaming, but I prefer to have like I prefer to have like actual physical copies of games. That's kind of a big deal for me. I still don't have the physical copy of Friday the 13th, the game. And I'm kind of hoping now that there's going to be a PlayStation 5 version of it coming out there. Oh, what'd you say? Playing region free, but the hardware could be locked. Oh no, that's what I mean is like the hardware would be locked. But the thing is that I have the ability to play in other regions. I guess is the best way to put it. But it's a good thing to look into a bit more too. And the warranty would be void because it's in different country. But you should be able to play because I know my better half sister had a had a PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, which she had in Montreal, and she took it over back to like it was a North American one, and she took it back over to Morocco with her, and she plays on that to this day. So really, all you need to do is just change the big things. Just like make sure you buy your games from uh, the other area, like buy games from North America, and you can set up also you can set up your PlayStation account in North America as well, and because I helped with that actually. So yeah, actually yeah, if the PlayStation 4 can be played over and the PlayStation 3 from North America to Morocco, I guess we're safe. All right. Oh yeah, don't worry about the warranty when it comes to stuff like that. I never like to this day I don't think I've ever used a warranty on anything, except for like a washing machine that we had once. Um, if something like that's going to get fixed, this guy here is usually the guy that gets stuck fixing that stuff. Just so you know, I'm usually the guy that gets stuck fixing that stuff. And this has been back since the VHS days. I was the guy that would get stuck fixing like the VCRs and stuff like that. That was me. It was kind of my job. All right. I did promise you a mini collection video at the beginning of this video, didn't I? 80 Films Macabre. I hear it's actually really good. I think George Sutton really liked it. And if it's the one I'm thinking about, is it Lambert or Bava? Is that the one? Am I thinking about the right one? Or am I thinking of something else? Cheaper to replace and fix. It is true. Plus, I know a few people that. What's the word? I know some people that know some people. Uh, kind of sketchy, right? It's about. Yeah, I thought so. It has a great surprise ending, which I won't give away. Don't give away the ending, guys. But yeah, the ending is a bit. If you've seen the movie Pieces and you thought Pieces had a crazy ending, well, prepare for Macabre, cause oh yeah, oh yeah, that's gonna have a crazy ending. Did I see the Dune trailer? I did, and I liked a lot of what I saw. I'm very confused as to why I didn't see the sister in the trailer, since kind of a big character. It's all about the spices. But I'm interested to see what they do with it. Now, before I finish this, actually shorter video tonight, a quick AGFA collection video. Transition. For those that don't have AGFA titles in their collection, they are the America Genre Film so Archives. They put out some incredibly amazing stuff. I actually only have 4 releases. I know that's shameful. Of them, it is a very weird transition. But I saw Wayne's World when I was young, so that's where thank you, Will. That's where it came from. Um, I only have 4 AGFA releases in my collection, but I actually did want to showcase these because there's some great stuff coming out from AGFA that I really, really like, and I would eventually like to kind of have them all. They're splitting Dune into 2 movies. So she's going to show up in part 2. So I'm going to guess like maybe at the end of part 1, we're going to get like a hint of it, right? All right. So the first AGFA title that I got here, and this is the very first AGFA title that I bought, uh, that I really, I really like this movie. It's insane and it's crazy, and it often makes no sense. And the acting choices are suspect, to say the least. But still, it's got Renee Harmon, and it's directed by the guy that directed Don't Go in the Woods. So, hey there, Chris. Came in at the end, man. PlayStation 5, that's my choice, by the way. But Renee Harmon, directed by the guy that, yes, by the way, just so you know, part of the reason that inspired me to add this on to the end of this video here, Brian Sowers just did this episode where he showed off the McPherson tapes, which I'm very intrigued by and extremely interested in. So, Brian, if you're like doing something tonight and a shadowy figure comes into your house and sneaks over by where the McPherson tapes are, ignore it. It's it's a it's all in your mind. Just gonna say, just just saying. I don't know why I fixed my hair. I hardly have any hair. Um, there's a there will both be for both the Xbox and the PlayStation. There are going to be both disc versions and then digital versions. And not a problem. I really do like the videos that you're doing. I want to see many more of them. Lady Street Fighter. Whoever doesn't have Lady Street Fighter, I'm going to tell this to you right now. You must own this film. You kind of got to own this movie. Actually, I'll get that one, Vince. The one that you just mentioned there. Hey there, Brian. Is it kung fu? Is it? It sort of is. She does fighting that's kung fu like. So it's Renee Harmon. She was a very colorful character. She was an actress. I think she dated like a mob boss type character at one point. I think she was in her early 50s when she made this movie. And if you're, and if that, your next question is, well, is she nude? Why? Yes, of course she is. Well, we sort of said Kung Fu Leroy Green because I gotta ask Leroy, do you have Lady Street Fighter? No, no, you own Sister Street Fighter, which has quality martial arts, Brian. Lady Street Fighter, a very, very different film. Yeah, definitely not to be confused. So Renee Harmon plays 2 roles in the film. She plays twin sisters. One that, spoiler alert, kind of gets tortured and killed immediately at the beginning of the film, and the one that's in the film all throughout it. She has a unique accent. So if you ever thought I want to see an older, attractive lady that kind of sounds like she could be the mom um, to the star of the room, doing martial arts and having. Trust me, that did not ruin the film. It's in the first 2 minutes, and having and like they get so. This is how much they pushed it. This is her film, by the way. So it wasn't like she had to do the nudity. She wanted to do the nudity. Where basically she what's it? She takes a shower and then she gets dressed to answer a door, and then she takes another shower. Hey there, Kay. So it's a film, but it's brilliant. It is one of those kind of so bad it's good films, and I hate using that term, so bad it's good, because it's just really fun. Yes, please, guys, hit the like button here if you're enjoying this video. um, and not only this, but the neat thing about this, guys, there are special features. What special features? Thank you, Flip. I appreciate that, man. You rock too. The, is this the film that was watching True Romance? It's been a long time since I've seen True Romance, so I really don't know. If it is, well, kudos to which I'm sure is Quentin Tarantino. This sequel, so Lady Street Fighter, was done in 1977, and at the time, I think she was around 50, 49, 50 years old. So she's around my age, right? I'm not 50 yet, but I'm almost there. I'm hitting that stage. Um, so they made a sequel to Lady Street Fighter called Revenge of Lady Street Fighter in 1990. Yeah, 13 years later. Hey, Daisuke, welcome, man. By the way, I have to get a PlayStation 5. I just have to do it. Did you see the announcement? That's all my money for the rest of the year. I, I still have my Switch. So if you have, by the way, if you get Animal Crossing ever, let me know, because that way we can visit each other's towns or islands. So 2 movies for the price of one. You get Lady Street Fighter. You get Revenge of Lady Street Fighter. You get alternate artwork, which is very suspect. Does that make you want to see this movie? No. This makes you want to see this movie. There is a reason that this is alternate artwork. I do not have the Street Fighter collections yet, neither the Sunny Cheap one or the Sister Street Fighter one. You got a cool booklet. I got to make sure it's no nudity in her. She makes the bad guys bleed. She does. I mean, and this is Renee Harmon right here. But Lady Street Fighter and Revenge of Lady Street Fighter. Ryan, did you get this one? Huh? Huh? Daisuke, do you collect AGFA? If you don't, it's one to look for. All AGFA titles, as far as I know, come with booklets. But let's make sure. We'll check here. Ironically, Dave, I literally just bought Katie Spirals today. I've been on kind of a health kick recently. But so I've been eating a lot of rice and chicken breast and shredded wheat with bran actually. So Katie is kind of a luxury for me at this point. I do want to get a Katie shaker because I don't think that the Kraft dinner ever comes with enough like cheese. Ready for some Ed Wood goodness? So this is a Ed Wood film done in 1956. So a later Ed Wood film. Heard of shred wheat for breakfast? You rock, man. And it is right here, The Violent Years. Ed Wood's The Violent Years. It almost looks like it's 3D with its like the way that it's done. Kind of double exposure, double negative. I love Ed Wood stuff. I don't have a lot of Ed Wood stuff in my collection, so the AGFA stuff let me get some of his latter stuff. Because I'm missing Plan 9 from Outer Space, and I do need that in my collection. All right, there's a second film on here as well. Not an Ed Wood film, but a movie, Anatomy of a Psycho. So, also kind of a fun, cool one. I did hear about Popeye, and I'm actually excited about that because unlike most people, I do really like Robert Altman's Popeye. I have a lot of fun with it. The Volunteers is your favorite AGFA release? It's a cool release. Vincent does have a deal with AGFA, Jason. Basically, they're releasing a lot of their stuff, like exclusive with slipcovers that are exclusive only to the Vinegar Syndrome website. Once you buy them elsewhere, you don't get slipcover. So here's the alternate artwork, which is actually incredible. I love the artwork on here. And what does it say? What does it say? So here we go. Gun girl gangsters, taking the thrills unashamed. Thrill girls of the highway, forcing themselves on unwilling victims. I shot a cop, so what? Girl gang wolf packs in the back streets of violence and vice, staggers the unbelieving mind with terrifying reality. The vicious years of violent youth, action-packed torrid romance. I love that. I may switch the cover over. As you can see, like I asked before, they have their... Thank you, Flip. I really appreciate that, man. I almost missed that when I went down there. I may have to save that for my for the upcoming PlayStation 5, but thank you so much. But then you said Blu-ray, so maybe I can use that as a way to get around. And this one here again has a great booklet on here as well. Look at it. I love the newspaper thing that shows up here. Paula Parkins found guilty, which is pretty incredible. AGFA does some great stuff, and I will get to a Vinegar Syndrome exclusive AGFA as well. So we will see that. The Violent Years. About the next Vincent box set. There's one coming out. So, Flip, you rock, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like my dream is being a movie narrator. I would love to do commentaries. Do I have a movie narrator voice? This is actually my voice, like, all the time. So I apologize. Hey there, Michelle. Welcome. Did you see? I'm not sure if you're a gamer, Michelle, but I'm getting a PlayStation 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't have the McPherson tapes, though there's a really good video you can watch about McPherson tapes done by Just the Discs. Take it out and trade. Somebody mentioned it on here just recently, and I actually love anything Ed Wood. I did. PlayStation, you'll be proud of me. I chose PlayStation. So you'll be happy that I'm getting it. I'll be unboxing it on here, hopefully. But don't worry, because you don't just get one Ed Wood movie. You get two Ed Wood movies. You get The Love Feast, starring Ed Wood. So there is Ed Wood in Take It Out and Trade, Ed Wood in The Love Feast. By the way, I haven't mentioned on it, but there's like commentaries on the Ed Wood films by Frank Henenlotter. So super stoked about having that on there. Outtakes from Take It Out and Trade and linear notes from Rudolph Gray, who was the biographer of Ed Wood. What games am I planning on getting first? I don't. If the Miles Morales Spider-Man's out, probably that stands out for me. I thought about Demon Souls, but I might start with Miles Morales Spider-Man. And here is the booklet for Take It Out and Trade. So if you like some Ed Wood stuff, yeah, AGFA has some interesting and some different Ed Wood titles. So that's always like a kind of a plus to see on here. There's always a Shirley, the making of Take It Out and Trade. The PS5 is $5.99 in America, where you're at, and $6.29 here in Canada for the original edition, and it is $3.99 for the digital version in America, and I think $4 something here in Canada. I do like Burton's Ed Wood. I actually think it's a masterful film, and he did an amazing job. And Johnny Depp gets super props for doing it. I don't have Wicked World yet. Uh, the three Ed Wood ones that I have, Warlock, are got from the same place, Bay Street Video. As you know, the place very well. Yeah. Well, you got to remember, Leroy, it was only a couple generations ago that the PlayStation 3 came out at like $600, $700. I am actually, Sasha. I'm actually a pretty big gamer. I don't usually talk about it on my channel a lot because honestly, gaming videos don't get many reviews on my channel. But I've got a you ready? I got a Retron for NES titles. I got a Super Nintendo. Uh, I got an N64. I have a GameCube. I have a PlayStation 2. I have two PlayStation 2s. I have a Wii U. I have an Xbox One, a PlayStation 4, a Nintendo Switch, and three or four versions of the Game Boy, including the classic Game Boy, the DS Lite, and the 3DS. So I'm a bit of a gamer. And last but not least is one that was sent to me as a gift, and I do love this one actually, is Drug Stories. So this is volume one. So the Scare Film Archives volume one. Vectrax. I don't have a Vectrax. Do some pre-recorded game review. That's actually not a bad idea, Reg, man. I thought about doing it. I am thinking of doing a little Twitch channel just for fun when I just want to relax, especially once I get the PlayStation 5, because I want to get it on. Well, I want to get Blood Lake. See, I'm really curious about that because I see the cover and it looks really kind of slasher yellowish. I'm a huge fan, Larry, of the NES Friday 13th game, and if you like Friday the 13th, you are 110% gonna love the new Friday 13th game that came out. It's so fun. You can play Jason. You can play as the counselors. It is a ton of fun. You play with other people. Um, I had a lot of great experiences playing Friday the 13th. Hey, Razor Wire, welcome back, man. Nothing's jumping out at you so far. There's not a lot of stuff with launch, but like there's a few. But the thing is, and I think this is the big thing, Razor Wire, that you got to think about, is that if you're into PSVR at all, that's going to be like upgraded in the second one. Another thing to think about too is that there are a lot of exclusives when it comes to PlayStation, and unfortunately, and I do play Xbox as well. Xbox said that they wouldn't be doing any exclusives for the first 2 years that the Xbox is at. I I am not sure if like what's happened or what's going on, Sasha. I hope that whatever it is that you feel better, and it is totally okay. Feel free to talk in here, or just listen, or whatever you want to do. Take this as a stress-free zone. Have you seen God Monster of the? I haven't. Like Brian, there's so many that I need to see when it comes to AGFA. Like I said, these are the four that I got, and Drug Stories was the last one, which is Did this one have a booklet? I'm kind of curious. Do you know what? This is the first AGFA release that I got. Sans booklet. Kind of surprised with that. Oh man. Oh, I have no words that I can actually honestly say, Sasha, except um, saying it like positive thoughts, like in the tier right now, and best that I can. It's never an easy situation, and I cannot imagine what that would even be like. Um, but you take care of you and yourself and your and family. Hopefully that you got some close family there with you, because the one thing to do is like and is try to think on the good memories of stuff. No, no, I mean that's okay. Um, that's what we're here for. The one thing about this channel, about the stream, is come on here anytime that you want to, and it's okay to talk. It's okay just to listen. It's like we listen as well. That's kind of what it does. Um, I, when I say I want to keep positivity, this is exactly what I mean. Uh, but definitely make sure one thing that I can say is as you're going through all this, take the time to take care of yourself and remember that a lot of what hurts right now, um, the key thing, and when my grandfather passed away, this and I was in another province and I couldn't go to the funeral. One of the things that was that the memories that you have, the good memories, the happy memories, the solid memories. Hold on to that, man, because that's important. That is paramount, and that's when you start to realize that how much those people meant to your life, and how much it's gonna, and how important those are. All of us here, we got an expiration date, and that's sad. But it's true. But memories don't, and those feelings, those good feelings, those good times that you had before, and it's can sometimes seem hard to like just to focus on that when a lot of stuff can weigh you down, and when stuff like that weigh you down, lean on your friends, lean on your family. You don't have to take everything on yourself. You don't have to take it on your back. Not alone. But that's anyway. That's my thoughts on that, and I hope uh, that the one thing you can take are some good memories out of it. Because at the end of the day, we are. That's what we are. When that's what we're going to be. We're going to be someone's good. We're hopefully going to be someone's good memory. And that's the worst part. Right now, it's around that time where you can't even, where people can't even go in to see other people in the hospital. I have some friends right now that have people that are in the hospital. Not as serious as that, no, mind you, but you can't even go in to see them because of that. One of my good friends, her father is in the hospital right now, and because of everything, she can't get into to see him, and it's a very frustrating time. It's a frustrating time right now. And there we go. Pre-record. I'm not sure if I'm good at pre-recorded motivational videos. But I do some pre-recorded videos. But thank you, Ragman. That was sweet, actually. Hey there, Jason. I hope you're having a great evening. I have had a weird Mr. Bean type of day. Severin did not announce the Emmanuel set yet. the three titles that they announced, Jason, though, just so you know, is the announced Lucio Cozzi's A Black Cat, otherwise known as Demon Six. They announced Patrick Still Lives, a Italian pseudo sequel to Patrick, which is way sleazier than the original Patrick, the Australian film. And they also announced a French film called Shock Treatment, starring Alain Delon. Black Cat, like Jason mentioned, and I think and for me, really, the Patrick Still Lives are kind of the two like primary ones that are coming out of this. I don't know enough about Shock Treatment to actually um, say it again. No, never ever apologize, man. You don't need to apologize here. That's a Patrick gave you nightmares when you were a kid. Well, that's is that the original Patrick? I can't imagine like the Patrick Still Lives gave you nightmares. Maybe it did, um, but I get the original Patrick, Richard Franklin's original Patrick, and the ending of that film. Uh, Definitely gave a lot of people like gave some people nightmares. There's a big jump scare near the end of at the end of Patrick. Uh, like, but can you imagine if there's some kid out there that's like traumatized because like the Coke bottle scene at the beginning of Patrick like was something that like completely like kind of shook him up a bit. Like, man, I just I fear like walking down the road because I'm frightened that like a car is going to come by and someone's going to throw the Coke bottle and pop me into a sexy coma. That's that's Patrick Still Lives. That's exactly what the film is. It's Italian, so you know it's going to be uh, like super nude and super violent. Some movies like that, Mike, could just get to you. I was on here the other day, and I mentioned the fact that the doll scene in, and I think Alan mentioned the music at the beginning of the video, that the doll scene in Deep Red is something that scares the hell out of me. Still, to this day, that I tense up. And some short films that I can't watch. There's one. Remember the movie? What's it called again now? Lights Out. Remember that movie, Lights Out? Like it was around 89 minutes long, and it was like scary. Like it wasn't really scary. It was just like a little bit scary. But Lights Out, the short 2 minute film, that that scared the hell out of me. There's also another short film that really freaked me out too, and I can't remember the name of it. Now maybe one of you guys will. And basically, there's a girl, a wife, and she's lying in bed, and she gets a call, and it's from her husband, and he says, hey, honey, sorry I'm late. Uh, there was an accident, so we got delayed for a bit in the rain, and so I'm almost there. You think you can open up the door for me? And the camera pans over because someone is sleeping next to her that she thinks is her husband, and it's not, and it's terrifying. Some people think it's hilarious. I think it's utterly terrifying, and it freaks me out. It's only like 2 minutes long. It's those short stories that are super scary. All right, with the soundtrack to Deep Red at the end. It's only a 2 minute like video, Kubrick. You can see it online. Amores Perros is getting Criterion release, and that's going to be amazing. It is scary. Look for it on YouTube. Trust me, it's there. Hey there, Dustin. You're catching me as I'm going out. But thank you so much for coming in. There was announcements from Severin today. I decided that PlayStation 5 is in my future and not much else until next year, where I can say, look, it's 2021. I can buy things again. But I am Aaron. This is my movie library. If you came in late, I hope you go back and check out the video. We did talk about some really interesting stuff here today. Sasha, I hope things like you go ahead. You feel better if you ever need anything. We're all around. We got you back. Hey there, Ryan. You guys are the Cult of Cinema and the Crimson Cult guys. All you all rock. Have an amazing evening. I will see you soon. And we'll talk again. Because you know there's going to be more announcements come out. And you know I'm going to be like crying because I can't buy anything. Have a good one, guys.